This is one of a series of videos covering the Alif textbook vocabulary to help you prepare for your Arabic 131 course. This video covers the Unit 8 vocabulary. So, al-mufradat lid-dars ثمانية. Let me click hide down here. So, if you wanted to say something means like ma yani, what does it mean? Ma yani. It masculine, you would have to say yani. It feminine, you would have to say dani. This is like a verb to say what does a word mean? And we're going to get into the vocabulary of words and sentences in this lesson. So yani means masculine, something the it is masculine, and tani means the it is feminine. Yani, tani. Also, you will hear this as the or the that Arabs use. So instead of saying, in English, you may hear someone say uh, well, in Arabic, you might hear them say yani, 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 yani. So that's sort of the placeholder, right? The pause placeholder while they gather their thoughts. How do you say building in Arabic? You say binaya. This is one form of the word. You might have mabna. There's other forms, there's other synonyms, but this is the one that we will expect you to be using in the course. Binaya, binaya, binaya. And then the plural form is binayat, 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 binaya, binaya, binayat. So let's say you wanted to say the name of a specific building. You want to preface that proper name. Like let's say it's the Empire State Building, right? So you would say, uh, remember this tabuta at the end of binaya needs to be pronounced as a ta, if you're going to put a proper name behind it. So binayat, 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 Empire State, right? uh, Binayat Burj Al Khalifa, Binayat um, World Trade Center, Binayat, um, Binayat Empire State, whatever your proper name is afterwards, right? So make sure you're mindful of that tamarbuta, making it sound like a ta if it's followed by a proper name. Now, how do you say office? Office or desk? This word means both and separately office and or desk. This is maktab, maktab, maktab. Now, remember this is a triliteral root system, so almost most words, very many, almost all the words are derived from a three-letter root. Kataba, which you'll find later in the course, kataba, which is the root of this word, is to write. So this is the place where you write. This is the place where you write. So this is maktab. And then the plural form is makatib, makatib, makatib. Again, these are either desks or offices, offices. Maktab and makatib, maktab and makatib. Well, very similar in appearance, but a totally different word in meaning is maktaba. Maktaba. This is not an office or a desk, it's a library. It's a library. So you add a tamarbut at the end of it, and it's a library or it's a bookstore, right? So it's not necessarily a library, it could be a bookstore, right? These are two very distinctly different places. Maktaba, or and then the plural form is maktabat, 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 maktaba, maktabat, maktaba, maktabat, maktaba, maktabat. Library or bookstores. All right. How do you say word in Arabic? Kalima, 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 kalima. That is a word in a sentence, a word on a book page. Kalima. Ma mana or yani. Ma matani matani kalimat house. Matani kalimat house. Uh, باللغة العربية in the Arabic language, right? What does it mean? What does it say? What does it mean? ما تاني كلمة صفحة آه، باللغة الإنجليزية, right? What does the word page mean in the English language? كلمة is word. كلمة is word. كلمات is the plural. That's words. كلمات. كلمة. كلمات. How do you say sentence? Sentence in Arabic. جملة. 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 Now, what are sentences? The plural form. جمل. 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 جملة. جمل. جملة. جمل. جملة. جمل. How do you say test in Arabic? Test. A test is an imtihan. 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 And what is the plural form? Exams or tests. Exams or tests. امتحانات. 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 And remember, you have the non-English exhale H in here. امتحان. امتحان. How do you say pen or pencil? Pen, like an ink pen, or a pencil, um, a lead pencil, right? Qalam, 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 with a qaf, not a calf, with a qaf, qalam, 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 qalam. And then the plural is aqlam, 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 aqlam. That's pencils or pens, ink pens or lead pencils. How do you say exercise or a drill, like a training drill? An exercise is a tamreen, 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 tamreen. And then the plural is tamareen, 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 tamreen, tamareen. How do you say bathroom? Aina al-hamam. Where's the bathroom? Aina, where? Al-hamam. 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 This is your exhale H, right? Al-hamam. Al-hamam. The bathroom. And the plural is al-hamamat. 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 Bathrooms. What if someone wants to tell you that it's close by, that the bathroom is close by? Well, bathroom is masculine, al-hammam. So you would say al-hammam qarib min huna. Here is huna, right? Huna. Qarib min. So when you say something is close to you or close to something, you have a mandatory preposition that you have to use. You say qarib, 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 which is close, and then you use min. You say close from, right? Remember, min is our preposition from. In Arabic, you say close from. You say qarib min, qarib min. Now, if something is feminine, like say the building, البناية. البناية قريبة من هنا. So you have to use with a feminine noun, you have to use a feminine adjective. So you have to use قريبة, قريبة with a ta marbuta at the end of it. قريبة, قريبة من هنا. close to here, or close, literally, it's close from here. Close from here. قريبة من هنا. What if it's not close? What if it's far? Well, if it's masculine, like a house, you would say بعيد, and you don't say min, you say far about. Remember our preposition an with an ein, our preposition an with an ein, not our preposition un, un with a hamsa, alif seat, but our preposition an with an ein is about, right? And that's the preposition that we use when we say something is far from us. We say far about us or far about this, right? So ba'id an, ba'id an. Ba'id has an ein in it, and an has an ein in it. Ba'id has an ein in it, and an has an ein in it. An. So ba'id an. So if it's a house, it's ba'id because it's masculine. If it's a building, binaya, it's ba'ida, 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 ba'ida an, right? It's feminine, right? We have to use a feminine adjective for a feminine noun. Ba'ida an. البناية بعيدة عن هنا. البيت بعيد عن هنا. What if you want to say that someone is tired, like you're tired? Ana تعبان. I'm tired. If you're a guy, you have to say تعبان. But if you're a lady, you have to say تعبانة. أنا تعبانة. أنا تعبانة. If you're a guy, أنا تعبان. What if you're cold? Your body is physically cold. This is an adjective or noun that's only used for human beings. We have a different word for like the cold weather, and we'll get into that in a later video. But if someone is physically cold, they'll say ana bardan. Ana bardan. If they're a guy, they say ana bardan. If they're a lady, they'll say ana bardana. Ana bardana. Ana bardana. What if they're not cold? What if they're hot? What if they're very hot? They're physically hot. أنا حران. أنا حران. أنا حران. أنا حران. If it's a woman, they're going to say أنا حرانة. أنا حرانة. أنا حرانة. What if they're thirsty? What if you want to say, I'm thirsty, I am thirsty? Ana atshan. That's a guy. Ana atshan. What if it's a woman? Ana atshana. Ana atshana. This is with ein, right? An ein. Atshana. Atshan. Ana atshana. Ana atshan. What if you're hungry? Well, we have two synonyms you can use in the course. It's you either say ana jawan with an ain, ana jawan, or for a woman, ana jawana, or you can say ana jaya, ana jaya. That's for a guy, and for a woman, it's ana jaya, ana jaya, ana jaya. That's hungry, right? I'm hungry. What if you're upset? You're really, really upset, right? You could say, Ana za'alan. This is with an ayn. Ana za'alan. Or for a woman, Ana za'alana. Ana za'alana. Ana za'alana. Ana za'alan or Ana za'alana. What if you're happy? Ana Sa'id with an ayn. Ana Sa'id with an ayn. Ana Sa'id. Or if you're a woman, Ana Sa'ida. Ana Sa'ida. Ana Sa'ida. Sa'id. Sa'ida. What if you're sick? You got an illness, you got the cold or something. If you're a guy, Ana Marid. Ana Marid. Ana Marid. Or if you're a woman, Ana Marida. Ana Marida. Ana Marida. If you want to say an adverb, these are sort of adjectives to verbs and other adjectives and so adverbs, ly words. You could say qalilan, qalilan if it's masculine, or qalilatan, qalilatan if it's feminine. Qalilan is a little, or qalilatan is the feminine version. What if you want to say a lot? Kathiran for masculine, kathiran for masculine, kathiratan for feminine, kathiratan, kathiran, kathiratan. If you want to say but, it's lakin, lakin, and very is jiddan,